Welcome back. Welcome to the last Monday in the month of August, September, and Founders Day, and your Labor Day weekend just all around the corner. As is a new week and a new forecast and a big weekend ahead that most certainly, I know, I said certain in talking about the weather, I believe will be dry and will go from, as far as the 7-day is concerned, 70s to 80s. But it all looks to be perfect for the entire weekend for the most part. What about the rains over the weekend here and there, and some places more so than others, and then some good showers earlier today? I don't want to say unexpected, but a little more than what we had thought, and welcome, to say the least. We, on tonight's program, will talk about the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Meade, and U.S. Marshals arresting the second of two people that were named in the federal indictment warrant, which also includes Greg Howard. At this time last week, or late last week, I was unable to at that time, per the request of authorities, to mention there was a second individual named, and that second individual has been apprehended while the search for Howard himself continues. I'll tell you more about that case and go through what information I can at this hour in just a few seconds. Martin Conley and Conley Racing are rolling, and they rolled back home after a monster win that pretty much solidifies them as champions in the point standings. We'll talk about that, football scores, and much, much more right immediately after these messages. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompsons, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and ConleyTire.net. The Seasonal Shop, where denim's always in. Just pick a length, a shade, and a style. Where the cats are always a win. And where just in are new ladies' fashions, all the accessories, ridge and holler, caps and tees, new flavors of your favorite skinny syrups, and if blue is your color, brighten your whole home with it, and all of the gorgeous home decor. And don't forget B&B, that's Bridal and Baby Registry, at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. A fatality in eastern Kentucky over the course of the weekend, vehicle versus pedestrian fatality involving a semi-tractor trailer that was traveling on I-64 in Rowan County. It was there that the Kentucky State Police out of Post 8 say that Michael Southern, a 59-year-old truck driver from Chillicothe, Ohio, was headed eastbound in his commercial vehicle, a semi-18-wheeler, when a person stepped into the path of the big rig. Officers say that Southern did any and all that he could to try to avoid striking the person, but was unsuccessful and just unable to do so. 29-year-old Linda Reed of Moorhead was pronounced dead at the scene by the Rowan County coroner, and after, of course, being determined to be the one who attempted to cross 64 and stepped into the path of the commercial vehicle. Greg Howard of McGoffin County, of Bloomington, of course, still the subject of a manhunt. He's still a fugitive of justice. His case now turned over to U.S. Marshals, who are attempting to locate him. His indictment came, of course, a little more than a week ago now, after his home was raided on Bloomington for the third or fourth time over the course of history. First time under Sheriff Bill Meade and with federal authorities at his side and assisting. Nevertheless, he is still being sought after. However, when that federal indictment was returned by a federal grand jury last week, there was a second person named in that indictment, and he was picked up by Sheriff Meade and marshals earlier today at his residence. As I told you last Thursday, the federal indictment, which came following the raid on Howard's residence on Bloomington, was a 17-count indictment, all for distribution of oxycodone. 17 counts. Counts 2, 3, and 5 of that indictment charging Jesse Merle Jr. with distribution of oxycodone, as his arrest is related to the same investigation in which the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department and federal authorities made a total of 17, it appears as though, controlled buys from Howard and Merle in the same case. Howard named in count 4 and then counts 6 through 17, with both men being named in count 1. 53-year-old Merle was picked up at his residence earlier today by the Sheriff's Department and federal marshals, taken to the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department for processing there before being taken to the detention center in Pikeville for federal processing there. I spoke with Sheriff Meade via the telephone as he was still in Pikeville, close to airtime, and he promised to be in studio with me tomorrow to shed some more light on the investigation, as much as he could at least, and today's arrest. As for jail time, as I referred to the case against Greg Howard, who is still at large with his prior history, he is facing up to 30 years on each of the charges he is named therein. Merle would face an unknown 20 to 30-year maximum sentence for each of the 3 counts he is facing. Again, the sheriff will be in studio tomorrow to tell us more. A lot of other headlines. I'm going to go on to the calendar in just a few seconds. A bit of a prelude to that is the Founders Day schedule, and it all kicks off this Wednesday here in McGoffin County, and the weather's going to be beautiful for any and all events that you choose to take in, and there's a lot of them. Yep, it's time for McGoffin County Founders Day 2023 this week and weekend. Their theme this year, as has been set, remembering the past and honoring the future. Those Grand Marshals being named the late Carter Conley, Toddy Preston, James Caldwell, Chris Bailey, Rebecca Lynn Howard, and our state representative, John Blanton, honoring those individuals who have contributed to the growth of McGoffin County, named as Grand Marshals for the parade and to be honored throughout the full day's events, which will start Wednesday down at the cabins with the opening ceremony. Our DAV and local officials will be there also Wednesday, the first of a 3-night series of pageants. The baby contest will start at 6:30, and the Mrs. and Miss McGoffin pageant, Mrs. and Miss McGoffin pageant, will be at 8 o'clock this Wednesday, and that will do one full evening of events, taking us into Thursday, where, of course, the primary event will be pageants again. Little Miss and Little Master pageants will start at 6 o'clock, and then following those right around 8:30. The Miss Teen McGoffin County pageant, as is always, will be Thursday evening. That to start at 8:30. Friday, the annual 4-H Pet Show. More on that in a second, starting at 10 o'clock at the cabins. The McGoffin County Public Library has a book signing starting at 10 with some local authors. The free health fair in the Community Center lawn, 10 till noon. This is still Friday. And the McGoffin County School events will start at noon. The talent showcase, open mic, dance, singing, whatever, that will be at 6 o'clock Friday evening. And then the Miss McGoffin County pageant, of course, a prelim to the Miss Kentucky, will start at 8:30 Friday night. Saturday morning, you got the Kiwanis 5K starting at 9. The Vendors Mall will start at 10 next to the Sayersville National Bank there at City Park. The Holiness House of Prayers having their big 4th annual car show there at City Park as well. I've been telling you about that. They'll register it from 10 till 2 and 10 till noon. Awards will be at 2. The Founders Day, of course, parade will start at 1. And no ATVs allowed during Founders Day, as is always. Live music at City Park will start at 4. Free bounce houses start at 4 at City Park. And a square dance in Sayersville, 7:30 Saturday night. leading up to and maybe a little bit after fireworks, which are set to begin right around 9:30. Also, of course, seen just from about anywhere in downtown Sagersville. City Park, Ramey Park, the streets, anywhere you can find a place to pull up a chair, blanket, or just a place to stand and look up. Now, back to the 4-H Pet Show. It's for students, grades K through 12. It's Friday. The registration starts at 9. Show begins at 10 on the cabin stage. They've got kitten, cat, puppy, dog, costume, best trick, and most unusual pet categories. If you have any questions, call the extension office at 349-3216. Now for the calendar, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. A birthday wish to kick it off tonight, this Monday. Birthday wishes from family and friends to Gina Bentley Carroll. Happy birthday to you. Up next, it is Founders Day. We're covering that pretty well tonight. And the Rainbow Girls are putting together another vendor fair this year. They're looking for vendors, and if you want to be one and set up over at City Park for Saturday's events, and this is before, during, after the parade, all day long, call Rhonda Howard. Reach out to her on social media, Facebook or the like, or give her a call at 496-5450, 496-5450. How about a hay contest? Well, that's what they put together at the McGoffin County Extension Service. Deadline to sign up is this Friday. That's this Friday. Call 349-3216. A East Kentucky hay contest. Sign up even if you think your hay might not be that good, because it's worthwhile. The testing provides information like nutritional value and haylage, rations, and it can result in reduced feed costs, increased animal performance, and information to improve your forage stand. So even if it's not the greatest, it could be after you enter, and they test it and tell you everything. It's free hay testing and a hay contest. See who's got the best. Call 349-3216 at our extension service. And call me or just get it to me any way you can if you've got an announcement for the show. And that's birthdays, of course, and anniversaries, too. And remember, we love to publish those in the Independent as well. But send those to Heather at SagersvilleIndependent.com. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Only one school district in Eastern Kentucky offers the most athletic and extracurricular offerings to our students: Johnson County Schools. Not only do we offer the widest array of sports, including the area's only competitive swimming and bowling teams, but our students also compete on the biggest stages, evidenced by our countless regional titles and 2 football state championships. Our performing arts offers students top-tier choir, band, and drama programs. Give your child the power of opportunity that is only available in Johnson County Schools.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more, makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
Get ready for the new school year with Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need a smartphone, a wearable, or an iPad, we have your back-to-school solution. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or a retail location for our back-to-school deals. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
As I've kept up with them throughout the entire 6-race series with one more to go, and as we talked about last week before they left for the 5th race of the season, Martin Conley and Conley Racing are rolling, and they rolled right on to round 5, if you will, out of the series, going into, as I told you late last week, going into that 5th race, 300 points over the second place challenger, 700 over third, with a win this past weekend, yesterday, possibly solidifying a championship. As we take a look at a little Saturday morning warm-up in Norwalk, Ohio at the Summit Motorsports Park. That's where Conley Racing was this weekend in the Mickey Thompson NMCA All-American Nationals, the second-to-last stop on the NMCA Tour. And Conleys have been rolling on hard. And as I said, came into this weekend the points leader, knowing that if they could secure another win, it would almost assuredly, if it hasn't, I'm not quite certain, haven't done the math. It's not my strong suit. Put them in the championship seat. We'll see how that turns out. Nevertheless, they've got one more race to go after a big show at Summit, and it all went down like this. Onto the track, they finally got to make a hit after testing got rained out. Martin says they missed the chassis tune-up on this one a smidge, 2 wheels on the ground, 2 wheels in the air, but they were still sitting number 1 in qualifying after round 1. Next trip down, Martin says it got a little ugly, a lot of spinning, a couple of big upsets as well, and he was half of the first pair down the track. It's not always a good thing, hardly ever, but he got it done with the low ET of the round, tripping the lights with a 457 at 154 miles per hour. With this bye in elimination Sunday morning because his opponent broke the night before, and that bye was the lowest ET of the entire weekend, a 455 at 154. And he already had a scheduled competition bye in the next round, which gave him a spot in the semis versus the winner of Ray Cox and Georgina Buckley. And then the sun came out, the track got tricky, both cars spun, but Martin did a better job of gathering it back up, and he took the win light in the semis. And I do not have a video of the winning pass, but in the championship round, he went a 471 over Bob Cook's 488, a huge win that puts Conley Racing in the driver's seat for clinching the NMCA Extreme Street Points Championship next month in Indianapolis. You're looking for a road trip to take like drag racing? That would be it. Congratulations. Looking forward to the next one. And you'll have to forgive me. I've got high school football scores and a few other things, but I'm running out of time. We're going to have to switch it right on over to your Licking Valley RACC 7-day and talk about a beautiful run of some nice weather at a very important time. It is Labor Day, Founders Day weekend, and a lot going on, and the weather's going to be great. We've got one more little blip on the radar, pardon the pun, and that is tomorrow. A 20% chance of showers is pretty much winding down right now. Otherwise, just mostly cloudy, a northeasterly wind 3 to 5 tonight, 64 degrees. Tomorrow, a 40% chance of showers and storms, mainly after 7. Just a slight chance of showers on and off throughout the day, light showers at that. For the most part, mostly cloudy skies at upper 70s, right around 78 for your Tuesday. That precipitation, those clouds roll out of here tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, and look what sticks around. The 70s for a few days. Sunny, 77 for your Wednesday, mostly clear. It's going to be down to low 50s, so if you're going downtown to get something to eat, to start taking in the pageants Wednesday evening, yeah, you'll want to take a little blanket or a little jacket or something, I think, if you're going to be down there for a while, because it's going to be low 50s, 51 or so, and pretty much the same again for Thursday, almost exactly the same, 77, 52 for your high, your low. Sunny, mostly clear, beautiful, beautiful weather. That will get a bit warmer as we go on from there. Going into your Friday and the rest of your Labor Day and Founders Day weekend, we'll switch gears from the 70s to the 80s, and Friday we'll hit around 83, 56 that night. Sunny, mostly clear. Just a beautiful day across the board. Saturday for the weekend, a little bit warmer still and consistent. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the Labor Day weekend, 86 to 87, 58 to 59. Sunny, mostly clear, pretty much across the board. That's as consistent as you could just about get for the weather if it all pans out that way, and it looks as though it will. So 70s up through Thursday, low 80s Friday, mid-80s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and you really will be hard-pressed to get a better forecast for Labor Day and Founders Day weekend. It's going to be very, very nice and great conditions for everything. And like you saw, a lot planned from car shows to parades to street dances to pageants and more. And fireworks. Don't forget those. And that'll wrap it up for tonight. Thank you for being a part of the show this Monday, and see you tomorrow.